Some may refer to last Sunday's NASCAR Cup Series race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway as the Mobil 1 301, but a more proper term to describe what took place this past weekend may be Penske perfection. Thank you for joining us on Motorsport Minute. I'm Mitchell Breuer. Sunday proved to be a big day for the organization as their driver Ryan Blaney took home the win and locked himself into the round of 8. But just how dominant was the day for the team? Let's take a look at some numbers here. Blaney, who won the race, also started second, won stage 2, and led 116 laps. As said, a dominant day, but get this, he didn't even lead the most laps in the race. That honor would go to his Team Penske teammate Joey Logano, who led 147 laps. He also won the pole and the first stage of the race, meaning this Penske duo quite literally won everything there was to win this past weekend and led a commanding 263 of 300 laps. But that's not it for the Team Penske team, as their satellite team, Wood Brothers Racing, also had a strong showing on Sunday with their driver Josh Berry starting third, finishing second, and leading 10 laps himself. A much-needed rebound for Berry as he was eliminated from the playoffs a week ago and had also finished last in the last 3 NASCAR Cup Series races. Now, we mentioned Berry being eliminated from the playoffs. How do the rest of the drivers shake out in the current playoff standings after New Hampshire? Well, with 2 races remaining in the round of 12, Ryan Blaney, he has nothing to worry about the next 2 weeks. He is locked into the round of 8. Now, his teammate Joey Logano, as you can see on the board, he's a little bit lower and is only 24 points above the cut line. But this is a massive improvement from where he was heading into the weekend, as he was 11th in points and 2 points below the cutoff. On the flip side, it was a bad weekend for 23-11 teammates Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace, with both drivers finishing outside the top 20, with Reddick in 21st and Wallace in 26th. As you can see on your screen, both are now more than 20 points below the cutoff and have a lot of work to do in the next 2 weeks if they want to keep their championship hopes alive and advance throughout the playoffs. Shifting gears to another series that was in action this past weekend, and another dominant performance to boot. This one taking place in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, as has been the case all season. You didn't need to check your watch because it was Heim time yet again. Toyota's rising prospect Corey Heim dominated Saturday's race at New Hampshire, leading 124 of 175 laps, winning both stages and winning the race. Perfect day for Heim. This win in particular, though, is a historic one for him, as he has now won 9 races this season, a mark that has only been reached once before in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, way back in 1999 with Greg Biffle. As the season nears its close, Heim will have 4 more opportunities to break that tie with Biffle and put himself all alone with the most wins in a single season in the Truck Series, in addition to trying to capture his first championship in NASCAR. One series that wasn't in action this past weekend was the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Let me get the right graphic up here. There we go. Was the NASCAR Xfinity Series, who had their final weekend off of the year. They are back in action this weekend at Kansas Speedway for the second race of the round of 12 this Saturday. Now, let's go back to Bristol, where no one in the playoffs was able to win. So all 12 of the playoff drivers still have a lot to race for this weekend, though with an 85-point advantage over the cutoff, it would take a couple of catastrophic weekends for Connor Zilisch and the number 88 team to even face the possibility of elimination in this round. Now, looking ahead to this weekend's schedule, there are 3 races to look forward to at Kansas Speedway. The weekend kicks off with the ARCA Menards Series on Friday night. Their race will be at 7 p.m. again on Friday night on FS1. Then, on KTTC's sister station, the CW, you can catch the NASCAR Xfinity Series on Saturday. Coverage for that race begins at 3 p.m. The weekend wraps with the NASCAR Cup Series on Sunday at 2 p.m., that race on the USA Network. This will be the second time the series has visited the track this season, the first coming back in May. Kyle Larson won that particular race. Now, speaking of Larson, that race in May was the last time we saw him in general in a NASCAR Cup Series victory lane. A long dry spell for the 2021 champion, one driver that a lot of people consider to be the best in the field. Now, the big question is, can he snap that dry spell this weekend? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, that is all we have for you tonight on Motorsport Minute. Thanks for tuning in and have a great rest of your week.